Okay, so Joker commits infanticide, 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 infanticide. What, Joker killed a baby? What's up, Nonchalant Gang, and welcome back to another video on the channel. Shout out to BK, one of my biggest supporters that I got. Shout out to you, BK, for giving me this video that we gonna react to today. If you want to get shouted out in the next video or future YouTube reaction videos, all you have to do is like this video, subscribe to the channel, and comment the link to whatever video that you want me to react to. No more talking, we about to get into this. Let's go.
The Batman Arkham series is known for many things: its boss fights, gameplay, storyline. However, something that goes a little unnoticed is the sheer amount of detail in the game. A lot of it is actually pretty disturbing or dark at the very least. There's a lot of disturbing details in the game that I wanted to talk about and go into more detail with. Here are 10 disturbing details from the Arkham games. Before we get started, if you want to subscribe, comment, leave a like, shut up and do it. Anyway, let's move on.
Right, well, he said shut up and do it. Okay, so the first thing, the terrifying story of Seagate Amusement Park. Okay, so actually I remember this from when I played Batman Arkham Knight. This was a part of the Batgirl DLC, which in my opinion was the best DLC in that pack. I know there were like different things that we could have probably missed, which I'm pretty sure I did because it's been a minute since I played it, but anyway, I remember this from that.
Seagate Amusement Park at a glance looks like a typical creepy amusement park set in Gotham. However,
Right.
there's a lot more to it that meets the eye, especially on how the park was created. The audio tape set around the park reveals that a man named Edward Burke wanted to create the amusement park for his sick daughter, Katie.
Right, I remember that.
Joker
Right,
and Harley then disguised themselves and went to Edward to quote-unquote help him create the park.
that couldn't have
He
ended
also
well.
referred his daughter to Penelope Young, who was treating his sick daughter. If you don't remember, Penelope Young was the character from Arkham Asylum that created the Titan formula, so she may have been using his daughter here.
Wait a minute, because I do remember that too, but I never. It's been so long since I played Arkham Asylum and so long since I played Arkham Knight, I wouldn't even have like realized, put two and two together. So wait, so the father that created the park was for her? If that's what he's insinuating, and if it is, that's crazy because we all know how that ended. I do remember her dying at this part. She had opened, we saved her from Victor Zsasz, and then she opened up the safe, and then she died right there. So, oh damn, that okay.
Anyways, once the park was completed, Joker stopped the treatments for his daughter, which resulted in her dying. Edward now had nothing to live for, and Joker, still disguised, gives him pills to end his life quickly.
What? See, that's why Joker, oh my god, Joker, I want to say Joker is like probably one of the best, if not the best villain in fictional history, but Joker is a sick man. That is a sick person. Because the fact that you, bro, and then the worst part about it all, he gonna think all of this shit is funny. He gonna think all this shit is funny, man. That's fucked up.
Audio tape
That's fucked up, bro.
Takes the pills, but it's not as quick as he imagined. Take a listen.
Katie died before she could see the park. Jack blamed me and said I should never have taken her to Gotham General in the first place. But how was I to know? He told Dr. Young to triple the dosage of her alternative meds, but
What? Triple it?
Seemed to make things worse.
That motherfucking gonna overdose.
And the pain is unbearable. Dr. Quinzel says it won't get better. She says the pain will just get worse, and that there's no point in going on. She's right.
No, she's not right.
I signed the park over to Jack, and well, my only hope is that he does something inspiring with it. As for me, I'll be with Katie soon. These pills Jack gave me will make sure of that.
What?
They're supposed to be painless.
Oh, he's, what the fuck? Oh, nah, he overdosing on the tape? Oh, hell no, what the fuck? Oh,
You
That
can
is
see a
fucked up.
skeleton on the bed as well. It's unknown
That's
if
a
Penelope Young
skeleton?
willingly worked.
Yo, now I have to revisit this. I have to, man. It's been so long since I played a Batman Arkham. Well, I lied. It's not been a minute. I've recently played a Batman Arkham game on TikTok stream. But anyway, it's been a while since I even like revisited these Batman Arkham games. And let alone notice those little parts, like when he showed the skeleton laying on the bed. I don't even think I've seen that when I played Batman Arkham Knight. That actually gives me an idea. If y'all want to see me play all the Batman Arkham games from Arkham Asylum to Arkham Knight on the channel, leave that down in the comments below. And also leave which one I should start with first and to finish with, because I definitely now, like watching this video, I want to revisit those games and see if there's things that connect each one to each. What Arkham game connects to another one, and how they all intertwine with each other. So comment down if y'all want to see me play the Batman Arkham games, man, because now I'm intrigued on revisiting these.
I imagine
just
it's
to
the
see
latter
these,
because it
like,
might be too far for her, but it's possible.
I don't want
she
to call
might
them
have
Easter
successfully
eggs, but y'all know what I'm
tested Titan,
saying.
even if it meant the death of a little girl. I'll let you take that as you will. Let's go ahead and move on to the next topic.
Damn. Okay, so the monster inside Seagate Amusement Park. Okay.
Keeping on with the Seagate Amusement Park, there's another disturbing detail about it. Looking around the park, you will see advertisements of a man with a starfish on his head. Most comic book heads will know this as Starro the Conqueror's starfish he summons that latches on to people for him to control. Now,
Right.
knowing this, if you go into the vent here and look inside, you will find Starro inside some kind of tank, alive and well.
What?
The implications and questions here are endless. Did Joker and Harley bring Starro here themselves and manage to make him control this person with the
Oh.
starfish? Did Edward Burke know about?
Yeah, that's another thing I did not notice. I don't even think I made it to this area. I don't even think I went to this area when I played the DLC for the first time, or the first couple of times. I don't even remember doing that, but that's also really crazy. Like, and then he's alive too. Like, I can see either way, if he's alive or dead, it wouldn't have been good to see.
Is Starro controlling the person, or is Starro being trapped against his will? We don't know any of this.
Ugh,
What we
and
do
then
know is this man here is trapped against his
Gosh.
will, performing for a park essentially owned by the Joker, which means they could very well be dead at this point. It's eerie to think about, but you answer those questions in any way
That
you see
is,
fit.
my God. Oh yeah, Dead Man's Point. So this was, I remember this. Dead Man's Point. This was in Arkham Asylum, and basically, either Batman had a Batcave in Dead Man's Point, or he had it next to Dead Man's Point, which is crazy because how the hell does Batman create a whole Batcave on Arkham Island in an insane asylum? He pulled that up. But then again, Bruce Wayne is rich. He has a lot of money. He's a playboy, philanthropist. He's rich. So he probably paid people under the table to keep quiet about this so he could build it here. Or, I mean, he also has high tech, so he probably did it undetected. But it's always been crazy to me how this man has an entire Batcave on Arkham Asylum, on Arkham Island, in Arkham Asylum. I don't know how he pulled it off, but I don't know. That shit just crazy to me.
Anyone who's played Arkham Asylum likely knows about Dead Man's Point, considering it's an area you have to traverse through in the game. The reason it's called Dead Man's Point, however, is because inmates go there to commit suicide, jumping off the cliff.
Oh.
Very dark, and it brings up some questions.
Okay, well, that
How
makes
easy
sense.
is it for an inmate to get there on the island?
Yeah, that makes sense. So Dead Man's Point is literally Dead Man's Point. People, Arkham Asylum inmates go there to, or Arkham Asylum patients go there to kill themselves. Damn, that's kind of dark. But that also leads me to think, like, the people at Arkham Asylum, they're here to rehabilitate, if you will, if that's the word you want to use. They're here to rehabilitate these inmates, these criminals, these murderers, psychological messed up people. They're here to rehabilitate them and to inevitably make them better, and they're here killing themselves. Questions me about the Arkham Asylum workers here. Like, are y'all really doing y'all job? Are y'all driving these people to do it? I know that half of these motherfuckers is crazy, but something is wrong here. They're not just, something is wrong here. That's all I'm saying. Something is wrong here.
Considering it has its own name, it has to have happened one too many times.
Right.
Also, Batman's
Right.
Batcave is built right next to the area. Could he have possibly built it there just to be near that dangerous part of the island? Batman did mention he saved someone once that attempted to jump off from there. It's all pretty dark considering how crappy of a facility Arkham has to be if people are going there to end their lives.
That's what I was just saying. Just what he just said. It has to be a crap facility if people are just going there to kill themselves. Y'all really not doing y'all job. Y'all don't give a damn about these people.
When the place should try to rehabilitate these people.
That's crazy. So, okay. So now we got Mad Hatter's irredeemable act. Irredeemable act? What'd he do? I mean,
Most of
the
Batman's
motherfucker
villains
is
are
crazy,
very
but
violent. However, they all seem to focus more on killing their victims and generally keeping it in that kind of area. Mad Hatter, however, is one of the exceptions. Mad Hatter in the comics and in most versions of him is more than just a murderer. There's always been heavy implication that he is a rapist, sexually assaulting his victims.
Okay. Well, if that's the case, then that makes sense because we all know Mad Hatter's character. He's into like the fairy tales and hypnotizing people and living in Alice in Wonderland and then always getting like little girls and calling them Alice. Like he has a serious obsession with that and also hypnotizing Batman. I mean, him being the R word, because I'm not about to say it on here, but him being that, it makes a lot of sense. It is just, it's fucked up though, because you know Batman's villains, they all are fucked up and they're all in all their own ways. I feel like, in my opinion, the most villainous villains that Batman has is Joker and him. Those two. Like other ones, like you know, Catwoman. I don't really consider Catwoman a villain either. She's like a thief. But the point is, this dude is messed up. Like, and it makes a lot of sense why he would be even considered the R word. But
exception to this.
Let's get back
in
into
his
this.
side mission in Arkham Origins, he kidnaps a woman who he thinks is Alice.
Yep,
Once he
I remember
defeats her
this.
and save her, she has this to say.
Gosh.
Don't worry, you're safe now.
I just want to say this too. Batman Arkham Origins is really underrated. Like, that game is severely underrated. And for people to saying this is the worst one, like, it's crazy to me. Like, Batman Arkham Origins is definitely an underrated game. This is a very underrated game. And it has one of the best boss fights. This and Arkham City, I believe these two have the best boss fights in a Batman Arkham game, hands down. Like, these two definitely best boss fights. But anyway,
The police are on their way. Everything's going to be all right.
No, it's not.
damn, poor
There's a lot
girl.
of theories as to what Jervis may have done to her. I saw one where people said he gouged her eyes out and replaced them, considering they don't ever
What?
move or blink. But the heavy implication here is that she was sexually assaulted, just going off her response saying it won't be okay, as Hatter has done something to her.
I hate hearing.
Disgusting to think about.
I hate hearing shit. I hate hearing shit like that. I'm not gonna get too deep into it, but I really
And it
hate
makes you
hearing
think
shit
some
like
of Batman's
that.
villains can really be redeemed
That
after doing
shit-
things like this.
It makes my skin crawl. But anyway, Quincy Sharp's ultimate fate.
Sharp,
Okay, what's
the
this
former
about?
corrupt Gotham mayor that worked with Hugo Strange to push his evil agenda. Sharp has schizophrenia, which Strange took advantage of, giving him serums that made Sharp act like a puppet to Strange, making him think Strange was his master. Once he was exposed in Arkham City, his fate was relatively unknown, until Arkham Knight, that is, where one of the Riddler stories gives us a conclusion to him. It reveals that in prison, he started having hallucinations about Hugo Strange. It revealed that he was willing to do anything for Hugo. The hallucination told him to grab his bed sheets and tie it to the light fixture on the ceiling.
Oh, wait, so he hung himself? That's really crazy though. See, with Quincy Sharp, like, I never knew the exact thing that was wrong with him. Even while playing Arkham City, like, I knew there was something wrong, but I didn't know this man suffered from schizophrenia. And he was basically, like, when they said that he was under Hugo Strange's control, I didn't think like he was literally under his control, but it makes sense though. It makes sense though. Quincy Sharp, he's the mayor. He has a lot of money, a lot of resources, and he's not about to just give that up just because him being under control and suffering from schizophrenia, it's crazy, man. But damn, he hung himself. Quincy Sharp hung himself. That's terrible.
Implying that he hates himself, and once again encapsulates how crappy of a facility Arkham is to not treat these kind of things for their patients, or wherever Quincy was being held. Quincy Sharp's legacy was not only tarnished, but his ending is seemingly forgotten, as this is something many people can miss.
Right. Okay, so Ratcatcher's violent death. Ratcatcher? Who is Ratcatcher?
There were quite a few villains we never got to see in the Arkham series, but we did learn about some of them and their fates. One of them was the Ratcatcher, a villain in the
Oh
Batman Rogues
yeah,
Gallery.
that was a I think that was a riddle. I think that was a riddle that we had to scan. I remember seeing this in Arkham City.
That has the ability to control rats. While never present in the games, we saw his equipment in each game at various locations, and in Arkham City, we did learn that he was in there. Scanning one of the Riddler stories of his advertisement, it reveals what happened to him in Arkham City. Essentially, he was trying to lay low and keep to himself, trying not to get in any type of altercation. This proved to be futile, however, since the end of the story reveals that the Penguin found out where he was and dragged him into the museum to be fed by Tiny the Shark. We then never hear about him in Arkham Knight, so it can be assumed that he was killed by the shark.
Wait a minute. So Ratcatcher, right? He was staying to himself in Arkham City, one of the most dangerous places. He stayed to himself, and Penguin's fat ass found him somehow, some way, dragged him to the museum where that shark lives. Tiny, I think the name of the shark is, and died there. That's crazy in itself, but it also makes me wonder who else is there? Who else is in the waters of the museum? Because if y'all remember walking through the one section, but where you defeated the Titan thug, and you see like the window with all the water and the dead corpses, like, because we see that there's literal dead corpses in that water with that shark. So it also makes me think, like, who else is in the water with him? Who else is there? Other people that we know? Is it just him? Arkham City was a fucked up place with a lot of people and a lot of different iconic people in the Batman universe and world. Either they were heroes, villains, like Ratcatcher. It's just crazy to me, but it makes me think, like, who's in that water? Who's in there? But damn,
I don't really see a way he could have survived that.
how that Penguin fat ass found him though? I could see if it was like Riddler or something, or hell, even well, I guess Penguin would make sense, but I don't know. That is
place between City and Night. It reveals that Ratcatcher did survive. However, the Arkham Knight finds him and kills him anyway.
Oh, so he did survive, but Jason Todd killed him. See, well, but Jason Todd, I can understand him killing his villains because he's been through a lot, and I hope he touches on his story in this video because I saw him on. We all saw him on the left on the thumbnail, so I really hope he touches on it. It would be kind of misleading if he didn't, but anyway, I'm gonna watch the video.
Are canon or not, but regardless, he still dies no matter what, both in cruel ways, either being fed to a shark or electrocuted to death by Jason.
Damn.
Sad way to go for Otis Flanagan.
Damn. Okay, so Joker commits infanticide. What, Joker killed a baby? Let me find out. I wouldn't put it past him, but it's still it doesn't make it right. Let me find out.
This next one captures one of Joker's more cruel and irredeemable acts. After taking down Deacon Blackfire while Batman is still hallucinating about the Joker, you'll hear Joker make this comment.
You think this Blackfire's a real priest, Batsy? It's just, I owe Gotham Church an apology for that incident with the hydrochloric holy water.
What?
That was one hell of a baptism.
Now,
what?
This has a lot more implications than you would think at first. Joker mentioned holy water. If the Gotham Church has holy water, then it could be assumed that it's a Catholic church, meaning that the Joker didn't kill a bunch of adults. He killed infants, committing infanticide.
Bro, that's why I said I don't put it past Joker him doing that, because he would do some shit like that and then laugh about it. But it's so fucked up, bro. Like, how can you kill a baby? That's like a little baby, an infant, a newborn. Joker, I'm glad. I shouldn't say that. Joker, I hope you are in the hottest places of hell, because that's crazy.
People, but to do it in a place where people sought out for peace and guidance, and not only that, kill children, is just insane to me.
It
is
is
a perfect example of how subtle the really dark events occurring in this universe presents itself.
Oh my god! See, I really got to revisit these Batman Arkham games because they're so much darker than they let on. Like I said, man, I'm gonna say it again. Comment if y'all want me to check out and play the Batman Arkham games and upload them to the channel, man, because these games are so fucking dark, but they're so good though and iconic. But the darkness behind it,
it would be too
it's
much
sad,
to show us in
man.
the game. But telling us in a very subtle way is not only smart, but perhaps even more disturbing, as your mind races on what exactly happened. It makes you ask questions like, how many kids did the Joker kill?
Probably a lot. knowing the Joker. Okay, yes. So he is going to touch on his story. Okay, I was wondering if he was going to do that. But Jason Todd's horrifying story. We all know about Jason. He turns into a Red Hood, kills his enemies. But let's dig deeper, though. Let's dig deeper.
Jason Todd's story in Arkham Knight may be the most horrifying and cruel one he's ever had.
It
Most
is.
versions have him dying in one day after the Joker catches him, but here,
And there's actually a comic with Batman and Jason Todd dying. I forgot what it was. I'll probably put a picture of that comic up in the video somewhere, but that's actually a comic that I want to check out and read. I'm also reading other comics as well, but if there's also some comics that y'all think that I should read that are interesting, also leave those in the comments. I'm also eager to read more comics and to learn about these characters and get deeper into their stories because they're interesting, just like this.
he's tortured in every way imaginable for over a year in the asylum. In the game, we see small glimpses of what he went through, being branded by Joker and beaten with a crowbar.
That's
However,
fucked
the
up,
tie-in
bro.
comic books reveal and go into detail of what he went through. Now, let me reiterate by saying the comics being canon or not is all in speculation, but it's hard not to
Oh,
believe that some
what
of these
is
events
Harley
here
doing?
for sure happened in the games as well. In the comics, Joker handed him over to Harley, who tortured him in the worst ways imaginable, making him believe that Batman gave him the J brand and not Joker. They also made Jason go through hallucinations that made him kill the villain Catman, who was dressed as Batman. She also had a bunch of villains go in and beat Jason in near death, while also making him
Bro, why though? See, that's always a thing that I've always had a question about. Why did they go this hard with killing Jason? Like, is it because we got to think there was also other Robins before and after Jason. So we have Dick Grayson, who is now Nightwing, then Tim Drake, and then if you want to include Damian Wayne, Bruce Wayne's son, if you want to include him, then you can. It makes me wonder, why did they do this much damage to just Jason? Is it because this is the only Robin that they were able to get their hands on? Is it something with Jason and his character? Is it a personal vendetta? Like, what is it? I never understood why they had to put my boy through this much. But because of all this that he's been through, I understand why he's a Red Hood in Arkham Knight and killing niggas. Because that would drive anybody mad. Like, and the fact that he still survived through all this, I can see why he's just a stone cold killer. Jason Todd, I don't know, bro. You got my respect.
psychologically tortured throughout it all, making him believe Batman forgot about him. There were also implications that he was sexually assaulted as well. The comics
I
detail
don't
make
like
it
hearing stuff
painfully
like
cruel to
that.
see, especially when you realize that Jason isn't even an adult. He's still basically a kid. One of the worst fates for Jason Todd.
Damn.
It's surprising he survived it all.
Damn. All right, man. Professor Pig's horrifying origin. Now, Professor Pig, I didn't really know much about. What is in my eye? Professor Pig, I didn't really know much about him until I played Arkham Knight. So I'm really excited to see like what he has to say about this. Like his origin? Like what's going on?
Professor Pig is one of the most deranged characters from Arkham Knight. Outside of his side mission, there are audio tapes to give more insight to his character. The tapes reveal he has a son named Jonas, and the final tape has Professor Pig telling his son about his mother. Essentially, the tape reveals that he found a woman whose name he didn't even know and seemingly took advantage of her, as that is what's heavily implied from the tape. She was then pregnant with his son, and Pig's mother wanted to kill her when she was pregnant because she wasn't perfect, but Pig managed to stop it and told his mother he would try to make the woman perfect, mentioning how the
What?
months leading to his birth he would try to sculpt her face into something perfect, which pretty much means
Oh, this is messed up. This is like, I don't know if any of y'all watched Texas Chainsaw Massacre with Leatherface, but this is I wonder if they like influenced this character off of that character, because Leatherface essentially does the same thing. Like he chases people around with a chainsaw, kills them, peels off their face, and uses the flesh of their skin as a mask of his own, and it's fucked up. Like, oh my god! But I wonder if they took influence from Leatherface to Professor Pig and creating this villain and making him do what he does. Like,
she was tortured and kept
Oh
against her
my
will by
gosh.
him. Once he was born, Pig mentions how he couldn't look upon her spoiled canvas of a face, so he finally murdered her. Extremely dark backstory, the poor woman being essentially kidnapped, taken advantage of, and while pregnant, being tortured physically with someone cutting up her face until her pregnancy, which is many months, and then finally being killed. Very disturbing to think about, and makes you think where his son is now. It's
What the
also interesting
fuck?
because these tapes reveal how his mother basically snapped him into becoming insane and becoming Professor Pig. Had he been raised by someone that wasn't evil, who knows if he could have been a better person? We may never know. This one bothers me the most because of how realistic of a situation it is, right? For a Batman villain, this character's a lot more closer to reality than some people.
He is. He really is scary. How I mean, a lot of these Batman villains, and not just Batman villains, any villains in general. Like a lot of villains that we know today are really closer to reality than we want to let on and what we want to believe. Like it's too close to reality. That's why. But that's what makes it so. That's what makes superheroes and like fiction stuff like this. That's what makes it that much more interesting because of how close to reality it is. It's scary, but that's also the great thing about it. All right, the Dollatron's horrible fate. Dollatron? Who's Dollatron?
This final fact is still on the subject of Professor Pig, as I believe he is without a doubt one of the darkest spots in the Arkham universe. In
Definitely.
his side mission, you see that he kidnaps a lot of people and turns them into Dollatrons, which are essentially mindless drones.
Oh, wait. So okay, so his victims that he takes, he turns them into. Okay, damn. Ugh, that's fucked
That
up.
do whatever Pig tells them to do. However, one small detail in the game makes their fates way more disturbing, making it a fate truly worse than death. While fighting them, if you scan them using your detective mode, you can see that they're either nervous or terrified, which means that the victims here can still feel and understand everything that's happening with them, but are unable to do anything. Imagine the feeling of
Damn, I never even because I would notice that, like, because we know that Batman doesn't kill. He doesn't kill. You could see like their heartbeats and how much beats per minute that they're emitting through their heart and everything like that, and their emotions. And I would always see that. Like, I'm like, how are they still feeling these emotions? But it's also crazy because this is kind of the same with The Last of Us, like, with the runners and stuff like that. It's kind of the same with that. Like the runners, right? They get infected and you could see like in their voices and how they act, like you could tell that they're infected, but you could also tell like the person inside them is still in there. And they're feeling these emotions. It's painful, they're nervous, they're scared, sad, all the things. Even though the objective is to kill them and get past them and stuff like that, it still makes me think like, man, that person is still inside there. And I know it's just a video game, I know that. But the person is just still stuck inside there and feeling all these emotions and in pain of being infected. It's so crazy. But I kind of wanted to compare that with this, because it's kind of the same. In my opinion, it's kind of the same thing.
unbearable pain as Pig performs his procedures on you, and to then being used as a toy for the rest of your life. On top of all this, it's said that Pig removes genitalia as well to keep all his Dollatrons one and the same, adding
What?
that much more disgust. It's one thing if the victims can't understand or feel the pain they go through, but these victims are. They feel terrified, they feel nervous, and it's likely that they'll never be able to recover from their forms ever again. Those are the 10
that's
disturbing
fucked
details
up.
I have from the Arkham game.
Alright, y'all, so that's the end of the 10 disturbing facts in the Arkham games. Again, I want to shout out BK for giving me this video to react to. It definitely was it was actually disturbing. It lived up to its title. So shout out to you for giving me this video. If you guys like this video, give it a like and subscribe if you want to. And also, if you want to get shouted out in the next video or future reaction videos that I make sure you like the video, subscribe, and comment the link to whatever video you want me to react to. Let me know if y'all want to see me play the Batman Arkham games and upload them to the channel, because I have no problem doing that. I just want to see if y'all want to see it. Love and appreciate y'all for the support, and I'm gonna see y'all in that next video. Peace out.